The cicadas are humming in the old willow tree, and I'm sitting on the tailgate where you used to be. The air is thick with the scent of the honeysuckle vine and the ghost of a memory that was once truly mine. I reckon I'm just a wandering through the shadows of the past, chasing after a fire that was never meant to last. And it's just the ghost of a summer kiss haunting a heart that wasn't ready for this. Sweet as the nectar and fleeting as the light, a silver little whisper in the middle of the night. Yeah, the years have gone cold, but I still feel the bliss of that lonesome, lovely ghost of a summer kid. And you were wearing blue denim and a ribbon in your hair, with a laugh that could quiet every trouble and care. We were leaning on the fence where the meadow meets the creek, with a story in our eyes that we didn't have to speak. I can still taste the salt and the warm evening rain, like a beautiful needle stitching through the pain. And it's just the ghost of a summer kiss haunting a heart that wasn't ready for this. Sweet as the nectar and fleeting as the light, a silver little whisper in the middle of the night. Yeah, the years have gone cold, but I still feel the bliss of that lonesome, lovely ghost of a summer kiss. Time is a thief that don't leave a single trace, but it can't steal the feeling of your hand upon my face. The sun goes down on the valley and the shadows start to roam, but that one little moment is the only way back home. Of a summer kiss haunting a heart that wasn't ready for this. Sweet as the nectar and fleeting as the light, a silver little whisper in the middle of the night. Yeah, the years have gone cold, but I still feel the bliss of that lonesome, lovely ghost of a summer kiss. Just a ghost in the Georgia dark, still feel it like a tiny spark. Rusted chains are humming a low and steady song on this old wooden porch where I used to feel so strong. The sun is sinking down, painting purple on the ridge, and I'm sitting here alone on this lonesome wooden bridge. I look up at the blue where the white lines start to bend, wondering where the vapor starts and where the memories end. And I'm just tracing clouds on a porch swing tonight, looking for your silhouette in the fading golden light. There's a dragon in the west and an angel in the east, trying to find a little bit of quiet and some peace. Yeah, the world keeps spinning, but I'm caught in the breeze, tracing clouds on a porch swing down here on my knees. I can almost feel the weight of your shoulder next to mine. Back when we had nothing but a whole lot of time, you'd point up at a castle or a ship out on the sea and say that's where we're going, just a-waiting for you and me. Now the air is getting cool and the swallows fly low, and I'm just tracing shapes of a love I used to know. And I'm just tracing clouds on a porch swing tonight, looking for your silhouette in the fading golden light. There's a dragon in the west and an angel in the east, trying to find a little bit of quiet and some peace. Yeah, the world keeps spinning, but I'm caught in the breeze, tracing clouds on a porch swing down here on my knees. Winds change direction and the shapes begin to blur, and I'm left with the shadow of exactly who we were. You can't hold a cloud and you can't stop the rain, but you can't help but look for her through the window of the pain. And I'm just tracing clouds on a porch swing tonight, looking for your silhouette in the fading golden light. There's a dragon in the west and an angel in the east, trying to find a little bit of quiet and some peace. Yeah, the world keeps spinning, but I'm caught in the breeze, tracing clouds on a porch swing down here on my knees, just tracing clouds on a slow-moving swing, watching the sky for whatever it brings. Dust was kicking up behind that old beat-up Chevrolet as the golden rays of autumn began to fade away. I can still smell the clover and the drying of the corn and the quiet of the valley before the night was born. We were leaning on the tailgate, just watching for a sign. Back when I was yours and you were truly mine. And we were chasing the harvest moon across the silver sky, watching that big orange lantern start to climb up high, holding hands in the shadows where the heavy branches lean, living out a promise in a world so soft and clean. Yeah, the years have gone to amber, but I still see the glow of us chasing the harvest moon a long time ago. There's a rusted gate a-creaking where the meadow meets the wood. I'd go back to that moment if I only thought I could. You were wearing blue denim and a smile I won't forget, a vision etched in starlights that hasn't faded yet. The crickets sang a melody for a love that felt so true, while the universe was quiet, just watching me and you. And we were chasing the harvest moon across the silver sky, watching that big orange lantern start to climb up high, holding hands in the shadows where the heavy branches lean, living out a promise in a world so soft and clean. Yeah, the years have gone to amber, but I still see the glow of us chasing the harvest moon a long time ago. Now the fields are turning frosty and the air is getting thin, and I'm just another shadow where the winter's moving in. But every now and then, when the October wind is right, I can almost feel you reaching through the velvet of the night. We were chasing the harvest moon across the silver sky, watching that big orange lantern start to climb up high, holding hands in the shadows where the heavy branches lean, living out a promise in a world so soft and clean. Yeah, the years have gone to amber, but I still see the glow of us chasing the harvest moon a long time ago. Just chasing that moon across the Georgia sky, before the world got loud, before we said goodbye. I struck a match against the stone and watched the cedar catch. The chimney's drawing steady now behind the iron latch. I'm wrapped up in a denim coat against the evening chill, watching shadows climb the ridge and settle on the hill. The first few swirls of blue go drifting through the winter pines, dragging up the ghosts of us from deep between the lines. And it's just wood smoke and memories drifting through the air, reminding me of morning light and ribbons in your hair. One of them is vanishing, the other's here to stay, filling up the empty space since you went away. Yeah, the fire's burning bright tonight, but I'm still feeling cold, living on the wood smoke and the stories never told. You used to sit right in that chair with a quilt across your knees, laughing at the way the smoke would wander in the breeze. You'd say the scent of burning oak was the smell of coming home. Now it's just a lonesome track across the great unknown. I stirred the embers with a rod and watched the sparks take flight, like every little dream we had disappearing in the night. And it's just wood smoke and memories drifting through the air, reminding me of morning light and ribbons in your hair. One of them is vanishing, the other's here to stay, filling up the empty space since you went away. Yeah, the fire's burning bright tonight, but I'm still feeling cold, living on the wood smoke and the stories never told. A fire needs a tender hand to keep the winter out, to quiet down the shadows and the flickering of doubt. But once the wood is turned to ash, there ain't no turning back. You're just left here in the quiet, watching everything go black. And it's just a wood smoke and memories drifting through the air, reminding me of morning light and ribbons in your hair. One of them is vanishing, the other's here to stay, filling up the empty space since you went away. Yeah, the fire's burning bright tonight, but I'm still feeling cold, living on the wood smoke and the stories never told. Just wood smoke and memories that the fire burned down. I'm still here. Moonlight's tracing patterns on the hardwood floor. I'm leaning back against the frame of the kitchen door. The house is full of silence, heavy as a stone. But tonight I don't quite feel like I'm sitting here alone. I can almost hear the hem of your floral cotton gown brushing against the boards as the sun is going down. I'm dancing with a shadow in the pale blue light, holding on to nothing in the middle of the night. Left hand on your waist, right hand in the air. I can almost feel the softness of your golden hair. The music's in my head, a slow and lonesome track, just me and a shadow, till the morning brings me back. I remember how we moved that old jukebox song. Back when our hearts were young and the days were twice as long. You tuck your head right here beneath my weary chin, and I'd swear that I was stronger than I've ever really been. Now I'm moving through the kitchen, 1, 2, 3 and turn, living in the memories that the lonely hours burn. And I'm dancing with a shadow in the pale blue light, holding on to nothing in the middle of the night. Left hand on your waist, right hand in the air. I can almost feel the softness of your golden hair. The music's in my head, a slow and lonesome track, just me and a shadow, till the morning brings me back. They say a man is foolish for living in the past, for chasing after colors that were never meant to last. But as long as I can feel you in the swaying of the breeze, I'll stay right here in the garden, down upon my knees. In the pale blue light, holding on to nothing in the middle of the night. Left hand on your waist, right hand in the air. I can almost feel the softness of your golden hair. The music's in my head, a slow and lonesome track, just me and a shadow, till the morning brings me back. Just me and a silver shadow, one more turn before the sun.
Driving down the gravel where the pine trees meet the sky, watching 40 years of living just slowly pass me by. The mailboxes are rusted and the names are washed away, just like the whispered promises of a younger yesterday. I see the cedar posts leaning, bowed beneath the years, holding on a wire that's been rusted by the tears. And it's just back roads and broken fences as far as I can see, a map of all the choices that brought the ghost of you to me. The gates are hanging open and the cattle moved along like the verses of a lonesome forgotten country song. Yeah, I'm just wandering where the tall grass commences, living on the back roads and the broken fences. I remember when these fields were green and held within the line, back when I was yours and I could truly say you're mine. But a heart is like a pasture that you don't tend to enough. The weeds are growing heavy and the road will get real rough. Now the barriers are falling and the boundary is gone, and I'm just another shadow at the breaking of the dawn. And it's just back roads and broken fences as far as I can see, a map of all the choices that brought the ghost of you to me. The gates are hanging open and the cattle moved along like the verses of a lonesome forgotten country song. Yeah, I'm just wandering where the tall grass commences, living on the back roads and the broken fences. You can't fence in a memory, and you can't outrun a ghost. The wind just whistles through the gaps of everything we lost, counting up the miles in the heavy, heavy car. As I can see, the map of all the choices that brought the ghost of you to me. The gates are hanging open and the cattle moved along like the verses of a lonesome forgotten country song. Yeah, I'm just wandering where the tall grass commences, back roads and the broken fences. Just broken fences and a long way home past the cedar trees where the shadows roam. Sky turned the color of a faded flannel shirt. Cool breezes kicking up the Georgia red dirt. I'm sitting on the porch swing, watching the day turn gray, waiting for the clouds to wash the lonely far away. Then the first few drops come falling like a hammer on the soul, setting off a rhythm that I can't quite control. And it's rain on a rusty tin roof, drumming out a song of a heart that's been waiting for love that's been gone too long. A hollow silver rhythm in the middle of the afternoon, whistlers line of melody, a bittersweet little tune. Yeah, it's the only sound I know that's ever told the truth, just the rain on a rusty tin roof. I remember when your laughter was louder than the storm, and your head was on my shoulder, keeping my spirit warm. Now the water's running down the eaves like tears upon the glass, watching every golden hour slowly start to pass. The thunder's just a rumble from a dream I used to know, back when we had everything with nowhere left to go. And it's rain on a rusty tin roof, drumming out a song of a heart that's been waiting for a love that's been gone too long. A hollow silver rhythm in the middle of the afternoon, whistling a melody, a bittersweet little tune. Yeah, it's the only sound I know that's ever told the truth, just the rain on a rusty tin roof. They say the rain is for the growing, for the flowers and the grain, but it feels more like a memory pouring down through the pain. You can't stop the weather, and you can't stop the years, you just gotta let it fall until the sky finally clears. And it's rain on a rusty tin roof, drumming out a song of a heart that's been waiting for a love that's been gone too long. A hollow silver rhythm in the middle of the afternoon, whistling a melody, a bittersweet little tone. Yeah, it's the only sound I know that's ever told the truth, just the rain on a rusty tin roof. Just let it fall on that old tin roof, wash away the dust, find a little truth. The paint is peeling off the siding of this old frame house. It's quiet enough to hear the heartbeat of a field mouse. I'm sitting on the porch steps, watching your clouds turn black, thinking about the summer days that ain't never coming back. The spring is broken on the frame, the wood is warped and thin, and that old screen door is just a slamming in the wind. Yeah, it's a lonesome rhythm, a hollow kind of sin. That screen door slamming in the wind. Every time it hits the frame, it sounds like your name. And a house has gone cold, but still feels the flame. It's a ghost in the hallway, memory moving in, with that screen door slamming in the wind. I remember how you'd lean there with a glass of lemonade, watching the golden shadows as the July light would fade. You'd let it shut so softly when you walked out to the yard, back when loving you was easy and living wasn't hard. Now there's nobody to catch it, nobody to walk through, just a rhythmic reminder of the ghost to me and you. Yeah, it's a lonesome rhythm, a hollow kind of sin. That screen door slamming in the wind. Every time it hits the frame, it sounds like your name. In a house that's gone cold, but still feels the flame. It's a ghost in the hallway, a memory moving in, that screen door slamming in the wind. I ought to get my hammer and fix that rusted latch, but there's some things in this life a man just can't patch. So I'll just sit here listening to the sound of letting go, to the only heartbeat left and the only home I know. It's a ghost in the hallway, a memory moving in, with that screen door slamming in the wind. Just a slamming in the Georgia wind. Winds of yesterday coming back again. Paint is peeling off the siding of this old frame house. It's quiet enough to hear the heartbeats of the field mouse. I'm sitting on the porch steps, watching the clouds turn black, thinking about the summer days that ain't ever coming back. The spring is broken on the frame, the wood is warped and thin, and that old screen door is just a slamming in the winds. Yeah, it's a lonesome rhythm, a hollow kind of sin. That screen door slamming in the wind.
I opened up that cedar chest beside our unmade bed, searching for a comfort that could quiet down my head. I found your old blue cardigan, the one you used to wear when the world was still a gentle place and you were always there. As I held it to my face, it hit me like a ghost. The one thing in this empty house that I was missing most. It's the scent of lavender and lawns hanging in the air, reminding me of morning light and ribbons in your hair. A little bit of sweetness wrapped in shadows and in pain, like the smell of summer clover just before a heavy rain. Yeah, I'm breathing in the memories and paying out the cost to the bitter holy scent of lavender and lawns. I see you in the garden with the sunrise on your face, putting every lonesome weed back in its rightful place. You always smelled like dried up flowers and lice-scented soap, a walking, breathing melody of quiet, steady hope. Now the garden's overgrown and the porch is feeling cold, but the fragrance in this fabric is a story never told. It's the scent of lavender and lawn hanging in the air, reminding me of morning light and ribbons in your hair. A little bit of sweetness wrapped in shadows and in pain, like the smell of summer clover just before a heavy rain. Yeah, I'm breathing in the memories and paying out the cost to the bitter holy scent of lavender and loss. Time can take the voices, and time can take the sight, and time can turn a golden day into a lonesome night. But a heart can't ever quite forget the way a person felt when a certain kind of perfume makes the frozen spirit melt. Reminding me of morning light and ribbons in your hair. A little bit of sweetness wrapped in shadows and in pain, like the smell of summer clover just before a heavy rain. Yeah, I'm breathing in the memories and paying out the cost to the bitter holy scent of lavender and loss. Just a scent of lavender and the long, long loss. I'm still holding on.
The amber's glowing in the glass on this scarred oak tabletop, and the ticking in my waistcoat pocket just won't ever stop. I pulled it out to check the hour, but I'm looking at the past, thinking about the things we promised and the things that didn't last. The brass is worn and dull now from the rubbing of my thumb, while the burn of this old bourbon makes the lonely feelings numb. It's just whiskey and old pocket watches marking out the years. One of them kills the quiet, the other counts the tears. The gold is getting tarnished and the bottle's getting low, in a world that's moving way too fast for a man who's moving slow. Yeah, I'm just sitting with the shadows and the ticking of a ghost, drinking to the memories that I'm gonna miss the most. My granddaddy carried this when he plowed the Georgia red. Time is all a man truly owns, is what he always said. He handed it to Daddy, and Daddy gave it down to me, but it feels a little heavier with every year you see. 'Cause a watch can tell you when to go when it's time to stay, but it can't tell you how to bring back a love that slipped away. It's just whiskey and old pocket watches marking out the years. One of them kills the quiet, the other counts the tears. The gold is getting tarnished and the bottle's getting low, in a world that's moving way too fast for a man who's moving slow. Yeah, I'm just sitting with the shadows and the ticking of a ghost, drinking to the memories that I'm gonna miss the most. You can wind the spring up tight and try to hold the hands, but time is just a river flowing through the shifting sands. And you can pour another round to try and stop the ache, but the heart keeps on ticking with every breath you take. It's just whiskey and old pocket watches marking out the years. One of them kills the quiet, the other counts the tears. The gold is getting tarnished and the bottle's getting low, in a world that's moving way too fast for a man who's moving slow. Yeah, I'm just sitting with the shadows and the ticking of a ghost, drinking to the memories that I'm gonna miss the most. Just a ticking in the pocket and a fire in the glass, watching all the golden hours slowly start to pass. I took the path where the iron gate is red with rust, beneath the cedars where the spirits turn to dust. That's the tall white marble, and the names the world forgot. I found the hollow silence of a humble little plot. There ain't no heavy statues holding back the light, just a bed of river stones shining in the night. And there's wildflowers on a gravel grave, the only kind of tribute that a good man would crave. Just some yellow daisies and a sprig of mountain lace, reaching for the sunlight in this quiet, holy place. No, it don't look like much to a stranger passing through, but it's a garden made of memories and a heart that's still true. He never cared for vanity or stones that shine too bright. He liked the smell of rain upon a summer Friday night. He used to say the soil was the only thing that lasts, beyond the empty shadows of the present and the past.
So I brought a bit of color to the gray and lonesome stone, to tell him that he's sleeping here, but he ain't ever alone. And there's wildflowers on a gravel grave, the only kind of tribute that a good man would crave. Just some yellow daisies and a sprig of mountain lace, reaching for the sunlight in this quiet, holy place. No, it don't look like much to a stranger passing through, but it's a garden made of memories and a heart that's still true. Time can wash the writing off a polished piece of slate, and the strongest wooden fence will eventually yield to fate. But the seeds of love we scatter in the furrows of the soul, they keep on blooming steady while the lonely ages roll. Sunlight in this quiet, holy place. No, it don't look like much to a stranger passing through, but it's a garden made of memories and a heart that's still true. Till some yellow flowers on a bed of stone, I'll see you in the morning when I'm finally home. I'm walking where the gravel meets the weeds and the vines, following the ghosts of the old Atlantic lines. The iron's gone to orange and the ties have turned to dust. A heavy kind of silence is settling in the rust. I reckon every journey has a place it's gotta stop, where the steam stops rising and the heavy hammers drop. And it's right here where the train track ends, a graveyard for the lovers and the long lost friends. The whistle's gone to silver and the smoke is cleared away, leaving just the shadows of a colder yesterday. Yeah, the world keeps rolling round the furthest lonesome bends, but I'm standing where the train track ends. I can still feel the vibration of a whistle in the night, when you were standing on the platform in the fading amber light. You took the midnight silver, heading for the city neon glow, leaving me with nothing but a love I used to know. Now the station is a skeleton picking at the sky, while I'm just busy wondering exactly how and why. And it's right here where the train track ends, a graveyard for the lovers and the long lost friends. The whistle's gone to silver and the smoke is cleared away, leaving just the shadows of a colder yesterday. Yeah, the world keeps a-rolling round the furthest lonesome bends, but I'm standing where the train track ends. They say a man is born to wander, born to ride the rail, to chase after the morning till the evening light gets pale. But what happens to the dreamer when the engine pulls apart and the only track that's left is the one inside his heart? It's right here where the train track ends, a graveyard for the lovers and the long lost friends. The whistle's gone to silver and the smoke is cleared away, leaving just the shadows of a colder yesterday. Yeah, the world keeps a-rolling round the furthest lonesome bends, but I'm standing where the train track ends. Nothing but the weeds and a rusted line. I'm out of track, and I'm out of time. The sign is rusted, peppered by some bird shot from a gun, marking out the boundary where the asphalt used to run. I'm leaning on the fender of this battered 69, watching shadows stretch across the wide and broken line. The air is getting colder and the moon is hanging low. I'm stuck between the place I am and where I ought to go. And it's midnight at the county line, a lonesome way to be, looking back at everything that's left of you and me. One side is the home I knew, the other's just a ghost. 100 miles of heartache is the part I fear the most. Yeah, the clock is ticking steady, but I'm frozen here in time, in the middle of the midnight at the county line. I remember how you told me that this town was just too small. You were chasing after city lights and didn't hear my call. I watched your silver tail lights fade into the Georgia pine, right here where the gravel meets the dusty county line. Now the weeds are growing heavy where we said our last goodbye, underneath the hollow silence of a dark and velvet sky. And it's midnight at the county line, a lonesome way to be, looking back at everything that's left of you and me. One side is the home I knew, the other's just a ghost. 100 miles of heartache is the part I fear the most. Yeah, the clock is ticking steady, but I'm frozen here in time, in the middle
of the midnight at the county line. They say a man can drive away and leave it all behind, but a heart don't care for borders or the maps that people find. You can cross 1,000 rivers, you can sail 1,000 seas, but you'll always find the memory waiting in the breeze. And it's midnight at the county line, a lonesome way to be, looking back at everything that's left of you and me. One side is the home I knew, the other's just a ghost. 100 miles of heartache is the part I fear the most. Yeah, the clock is ticking steady, but I'm frozen here in time, in the middle of the midnight at the county line. Just a rusted sign and a troubled mind. Midnight at the county line. I took a walk out past the rusted pasture gate, where the cedar shadows always seem to hesitate. Down in the middle, by the quiet creekside bend, I found an old familiar, withered friend. I brushed away the moss and the winter's gray debris, and looked upon the spirit of the man I used to be. And there's an initial carved in the old oak tree, inside a heart that used to be you and me. The bark is gnawed and the branches reach so high, touching the edges of a lonesome Georgia sky. The world has changed and the years have flown away, but a promise in the timber is still living here today. I remember how my Barlow knife felt in my hand, young and foolish, making our own stand. You were wearing denim and a ribbon in your hair, with a scent of honeysuckle hanging in the summer air. Cut the line so deep just to make the feeling last. Now I'm just a witness to a shadow of the past. And there's initials carved in the old oak tree, inside a heart that used to be you and me. The bark is gnawed and the branches reach so high, touching the edges of a lonesome Georgia sky. The world has changed and the years have flown away, but a promise in the timber is still living here heart. Through the years of rain,
I can still hear the rasp of the sandpaper on a piece of white oak, and the strike of a match before the morning kitchen spoke. The rattle of the grease gun and the clink of a rusty wrench, working down in the shadows by that old wooden bench. He didn't say much, he wasn't a man of many words, but the music of his labor was the sweetest thing I heard. It was the sound of my father's hands, steady and strong, building a life where a boy could belong. The callous skin on a cedar fence, the slap of a heavy palm in the middle of the storm. He was the quiet and the calm, rough enough to break the earth, but gentle as a prayer. The sound of my father's hands is still hanging in the air. I remember the click of his pocket knife, peeling an apple skin, and the way he'd let the screen door shut when the day was folding in. The rhythmic thud of the hammer, driving the nails home tight, and the way he'd clasp his palms together at the fading of the light. He'd rest them on my shoulder when I was feeling small, and I'd swear those hands were big enough to hold up every wall. It was the sound of my father's hands, steady and strong, building a life where a boy could belong. The callous skin on a cedar fence, the slap of a heavy palm in the middle of the storm. He was the quiet and the calm, rough enough to break the earth, but gentle as a prayer. The sound of my father's hands is still hanging in the air. Now I look at my own fingers and I see the scars and lines, tracing out a map of all his dreams and his designs. I hope when my time is over and the sun is going down, my boys can find some comfort in the echo of this sound. It was the sound of my father's hands, steady and strong, building a life where a boy could belong. The callous skin on a cedar fence, the slap of a heavy palm in the middle of the storm. He was the quiet and the calm, rough enough to break the earth, but gentle as a prayer. The sound of my father's hands is still hanging in the air, steady and strong, just a work in the land. Yeah, I still hear him, my father's hands.
sitting here watching through the rusted porch screen, the saddest blue willow that I've ever seen. Out past the garden where the weeds have grown tall, there's a memory of summer just waiting to fall. The wooden pins hold it tight to the wire against a late afternoon sky that's catching on fire. It's just her Sunday dress dancing on the line, telling me secrets of a better time. White cotton waving in a slow southern breeze, like a ghost in the garden under the trees. It's empty and lonesome, but it's still holding her shape, a beautiful heart in a cotton escape. I remember the morning she first put it on, before the soft light of the valley was gone. She smelled like lavender and light-scented soap, and she walked with a step that was heavy with hope. Now the wind blows right through where her spirit should be, and it leaves all the shadows just staring at me. It's just her Sunday dress dancing on the line, telling me secrets of a better time. White cotton waving in a slow southern breeze, like a ghost in the garden under the trees. It's empty and lonesome, but it's still holding her shape, a beautiful heart in a cotton escape. I ought to go out there and bring it inside, but there's too many memories for a man to hide. So I'll just let it fly till the sun goes down low, 'cause it's hard to let go of the only ghost I know. Just a Sunday dress dancing on the line, telling me secrets of a better time. White cotton waving in a slow southern breeze, like a ghost in the garden under the trees. It's empty and lonesome, but it's still holding her shape, a beautiful heart in a cotton escape. Just a blue cotton dress, waving goodbye to a cold Sunday sun and a lonesome old guy. sitting on the mantle where the dust likes to crawl. A simple mason jar standing shadows on the wall. I reached up through the silence and I brought it to the light, and 40 years of memories came rushing into sight. Square white borders and the colors washed in gray, the ghosts of a life that was just a click away. They're just faded Polaroids in a dusty glass jar, frozen little moments of exactly who we are. A little bit of yellow and a whole lot of soul, stories of the young before the years took a toll. Though the shadows get long and the edges start to tear, the love in those pictures is still living in there. Here's one of you in that blue cotton dress, laughing at the wind, a beautiful mess. And one of us leaning on that old rusted Ford, back when we were rich but couldn't much afford. I can still feel the heat of that July sun, and the way your hand felt when the day was all done. They're just faded Polaroids in a dusty glass jar, frozen little moments of exactly who we are. A little bit of yellow and a whole lot of soul, stories of the young before the years took a toll. Though the shadows get long and the edges start to tear, the love in those pictures is still living in there. Time is a camera that never stops its play, capturing the light before it slips away. The colors might vanish and the paper might fold, but the heart keeps the fire that can never grow old. Just faded Polaroids in a dusty glass jar, frozen little moments of exactly who we are. A little bit of yellow and a whole lot of soul, stories of the young before the years took a toll. Though the shadows get long and the edges start to tear, the love in those pictures is still living in there. Just a jar full of light from a long time ago. Keep 'em close to your heart, don't you ever let 'em go.
I was digging through the clutter in a dusty kitchen drawer, looking for a piece of string or a light bulb for the store. My fingers caught a jagged edge, a cold and heavy rain, a silver turned to iron, a forgotten weathered thing. I pulled them to the window light and felt my spirit fold, looking at those rusty keys to a house we sold. Yeah, they're rusty keys to a house we sold, to a dream that turned to silver and a love that turned to gold. They don't fit the lock no more, they don't open up the door to the life we used to live back in 1974. But they still fit in my hand, and they still unlock the pain of every ghost and memory that's living in the rain. I can still see the kitchen wall where the pencil marks were light, tracing how the kids had grown every Saturday night, and the way the morning sunlight used to hit the hardwood floor before we packed the trailer and walked out of the door. A stranger holds a title now, and someone else cuts the grass, while I'm just holding on to teeth made of iron and a glass. Yeah, they're rusty keys to a house we sold, to a dream that turned to silver and a love that turned to gold. They don't fit the lock no more, they don't open up the door to the life we used to live back in 1974. But they still fit in my hand, they still unlock the pain of every ghost and memory that's living in the rain. The bank can take the rafters and the bank can take the yard, but they can't take the spirit. And though they try so mighty hard, you can sell a piece of ground, you can sell a pile of stone, but you can't sell the feeling of a place you called your own. Yeah, they're rusty keys to a house we sold, to a dream that turned to silver and a love that turned to gold. They don't fit the lock no more, they don't open up the door to the life we used to live back in 1974. But they still fit in my hand, and they still unlock the pain of every ghost and memory that's living in the rain. Just some rusty keys in a lonesome hand, holding up the shadows of a different land. The blue dawn light is creeping through the kitchen blind. Another restless night I've left behind. The percolator's humming a low and steady tune in a house that feels as empty as a desert moon. I don't need a clock to tell me where the shadows go. I've been waking up this early since you let me go, and it's just coffee for one at 5 a.m. Wishing I could talk to you again, watching the steam rise like a ghost from the cup before the rest of this lonesome world wakes up. The sugar's on the table, but the sweetness is all gone. Just coffee for one, waiting for the dawn. I still reach for the second mug, out of habit I guess. Then I realize that silence is my only guest. The chair across from me is looking cold and gray. It's got a lot of heavy things it doesn't have to say. I remember how you'd smile before you'd say a word. Now the ticking of the hallway is the only thing that's heard. And it's just coffee for one at 5 a.m. Wishing I could talk to you again. Watching the steam rise like a ghost from the cup before the rest of this lonesome world wakes up. The sugar's on the table, but the sweetness is all gone. Just coffee for one, waiting for the dawn. They say the morning is for starting over new, but every sunrise just reminds me of you. You can pour another pot, you can drink it till it's black, but there ain't enough caffeine to bring a dead love back. It's just coffee for one at 5 a.m. Wishing I could talk to you again. Watching the steam rise like a ghost from the cup before the rest of this lonesome world wakes up. The sugar's on the table, but the sweetness is all gone. Just coffee for one, waiting for the dawn. Just a bitter cup in a quiet room. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. and I'm missing you. I let the clutch out slow on this old beat-up Ford, leaving behind the spirit and the things I cannot afford. Past the rust and water tower by the old oak tree, where I carved your name in silver next to a part of me. The gravel is singing lonesome underneath the heavy tires as the dust begins to settle over the telephone wires. And it is a small town sunset in the rearview mirror. The further I get, the vision gets clearer. A glow of golden amber over everything I have known. A map of every seed that I have ever gone and sown. Yeah, the road ahead is dark, but the ghost behind is bright, chasing that small town sunset into velvet night. I see the steeple of the church where we said our first hello, and the porch light at your mama's where I hated to go slow. Every crack in the asphalt is a story I could tell of a life I loved so dearly and a life I knew so well. But the world is getting wider and the town is getting small, and I am just wondering if I'm doing right at all. And it is a small town sunset in the rearview mirror. The further I get,
golden amber over everything I have known. A map of every seed that I have ever gone and sown. Yeah, the road ahead is dark, but the ghost behind is bright. Chasing that small town sunset in the velvet night. They say you cannot look back if you were gonna make it through. But every mile I am driving is a mile away from you. The glass is just a window to a time that had to end. A fire on the ridge around a lonesome southern bend. And it is a small town sunset in a rearview mirror. The further I get, the vision gets clearer. A glow of golden amber over everything I have known. A map of every seed that I have ever gone and sown. Yeah, the road ahead is dark, but the ghost behind is bright. Chasing that small town sunset into velvet night. Just a fading glow in the silver glass, watching the memories slowly start to pass.